You're always doing the introduction, you're good at it. So Guy, welcome back.
Is it welcome? We're back. We're back.
You're in your usual position. Coffee in hand, hugging a corner.
Nice comfy seat. I've got the comfy seat this time. You do realise now that I'm comfy, just put that heater back on and I'll
you're just going to stay there.
Leave me for the rest of the day. Right, okay.
Plan of action, Guy.
Plan of action is to have another go at that wiring on the alternator. We now have some wiring diagrams.
What are you doing now, Guy?
As little as possible.
Well, for a change you're actually doing some work and I'm impressed. Yeah.
Basically what we're doing is, after the last time we were here, we just put a temporary pipe between...
Move that cable out the road, would you?
Between the...
That's the raw water intake.
Yep. To the raw water pump.
Yep.
Obviously filter in the water in the middle.
So that supplies cooling water to the freshwater jacket.
Yeah, seawater comes in there,
yep.
Through the filter, the pump, obviously the pump sucks it in, takes it all the way through the pipe, and that takes it to the heat exchanger up here. And this is obviously the two channels, so you've got one for the cold water coming in from the sea, you've got the other water for the cooling the engine. The cold water from the sea cools the engine water. It's like the radiator on your car.
Yep. And then the salt water is then pumped out
the back through the
exhaust.
It's a mixture of exhaust and water that gets pumped out the back.
This year we have an additional new piece of kit. Is that take off the salt water there?
That one there
supplies our supposedly dripless gland for the stern gland.
That keeps the gland cool when the prop's turning.
Yeah.
So that it doesn't overheat and wear out the gland.
Seal.
The seal, yeah.
Okay.
So,
geez, you actually sound like you know what you're doing for a change.
We need a smaller one than that. Are these the new ones?
Yeah, I think so. That might be the one I took off. Oh no, that might be the one.
No, there's one up here, but that's... Okay. So, let's just make sure I get this the right way around so I can get to it. Right, so that goes onto the Hakuna Matata.
The Hakuna Matata. Would you like the socket?
I know where it is. It's up here. For a change, I can actually find something.
Geez, I mean, it's looking like you've used those tools before.
Just once or twice.
Jeez. I mean, that's
some act. So that. There's from there. To there.
It's a very accurate measurement. There, it's on the flow.
No, I'm looking for that.
Oh, right, okay.
Remember, guess twice, cut once.
Guess twice, cut once.
Yes.
Well, that sounds reasonable, yes.
That's the saying, isn't it? Guess twice, cut once. Fortunately, I got lots of spare.
Once you don't crush that
that's
pipe.
why I'm not going to do it anymore. Yep, I'm happy with that.
You're happy with that?
I'm happy with that. Well, I'll be happy once we've tested it and there's no water coming out of it.
He's happy with that. What more can we say?
I think it looks quite good actually. It looks perfect.
So hello again, folks. COVID-19 is causing more difficulties with our project. West Lothian, where I live, is now in lockdown, and so is Stirling, where Guy lives. So neither one of us can get to the boat to do any work. Hopefully restrictions will be lifted on 11th of December. We're hoping to try and make up some of the lost time by trying to do a full week at one go on the boat and kind of catch up. Until then, I'm kind of short of film because I just cannot get there to take any. So the next bit is just something that happened towards the end of last year. I think it was about August of last year when we were going to Anstruther in Cheval, and we rescued this guy that had managed to, I believe, lose one engine over the side, and his spare engine also decided it wasn't going to work. So we gave him a tow into Anstruther, and I understand he got his boat taken away to his home port later on that day. Hopefully we'll see you in the next video in a couple of weeks' time. But until then, all the best, take care, keep safe. Okay,
Get this wire out of the way.
so you've drawn the shape
To correspond to that.
to that. Oh, that's the main wiring loom coming off the engine starter and the alternator.
We also have what we believe to be
Now that should be correct.
the
because-
wiring diagram for this.
Yeah.
What we've got to do is find out which number.
Which pin is number 1,
Yeah.
and then we can work from there to find out what these 3 are,
Yes, we have
because
3.
we don't know what they are
Yeah.
doing.
So,
So we have an earth connection that we know for certain
where's
is
my
earth.
pencil? Where's my pencil? Right.
So we've connected that
Have you
to
checked
earth.
the rest of them though, and then just
Yeah.
because there might be more than one.
So that's negative earth.
So I mean, there might be more than one. So. Okay, what we need to do then is find the red. So it says colour black, but the trouble
It
is
is black.
but we don't know which. Because without cutting back the covering on the wiring,
Minus. So there's quite a number of these showing minus. So this one's minus. This one's minus.
right? So it says here blue is taco. So if you, well, what to do? That one there is according to.
So Guy, last report of the day because we're too old and knackered today.
I fixed the clock. The clock now works. Time is going too quickly. The fact that I broke it in the first place means I have to fix it. But aside from that, we've done. I think we've done another good job. it says before, we've now got the alternator up and charging properly. We've had the engine running. Charging light goes out. Rev counter works.
Yep. And there's battery charging going through the VSR.
Yeah, which is under there. So just do a final tighten up of a few bits and pieces on there. We had a wee fuel leak with that. Our next, well, Di's next big task, a new front for this. Basically,
I don't know if it's going to be my next task.
well, it's going to be a task for you.
Yes.
Anyway, it's not a major, it's not a priority. Everything works, it should do as far as we're aware.
The next task I would like to take on is this.
Right,
Get
that's
this
what
done.
you're doing, and I'm going to secure this hatch cover,
As-
or garage as you call it.
Well, it is called
Not
a garage.
is it?
Well,
Park my
you
car
go-
in there.
you
If I
go
park
and
my car
look.
in there, the boat's going to sink.
You go and look in the sailing books, and that's called a garage.
You don't have garages on boats.
You
Not
have
unless you've got a multi-billion.
You have horses, you have tabernacles, you have push pits, you have pull pits. So why not a garage?
No, it's just not done. All you yachty people, no garages on boats. Thank you very much.
Okay.
Right,
The slidey hatchy dude.
yeah, the hatch and the hatch cover.
Yes, that's your next job.
I'll be doing that next week at some point. We have got all the screws and everything for it.
There.
That's the old ones.
Yes.
We've got new ones.
Yes.
Where are they? Yes.
In the garage? No, not that garage.
Oh, not that garage.
My garage.
Now there's a surprise.
Oh, bugger.
Oh dear. You know what it is? Guess twice, cut once.
Guess twice, cut once.
Yes.
I'll do that. Right, I'm going home. You
Me
can
too.
stay here.
Right, that's it. Let's tidy up and go home. Bye bye for now.
Bye
And,
bye. Adieu.
mind and do everything else that you've got to do.
Yep.
Right, let's get this out of here.